you doing? Welcome to Rantcast episode 4, episode 4.
Way off.
A fuck. New episode basically. Tonight we've got Neil Ted Holmes.
Hello.
Larry Reid.
Hello.
And Chris Buttons Newlands.
Sup bitches.
Chris Buttons Newlands.
So Chris Buttons Newlands, she's got a
That is my name on Facebook.
double-barrelled bastard.
Don't be
Right.
such me.
Don't be adding me on Facebook. Only top VIPs.
There's your hard bitches. I'm only kidding, Buttons girlfriend. Right,
Or play him at Counter-Strike.
Larry, tell us about the rape dolphin.
What? Straight to rape
Straight
dolphin.
in there.
Straight into the fucking
Icebreaker topic.
Body.
The icebreaker topic last week, or last time, sorry, was the heavy doer, so hopefully this is
I was a bit. Was it fentanyl the last time?
Fentanyl the last time.
Jesus Christ.
This
So
time.
yeah. Me and my girlfriend Cassie were over in Ireland 2 weeks ago, and went to see our friends Lauren and Coulson.
Where was that?
That's in Galway, and just down in Ireland. I think it's Southern Ireland.
Galway, aye.
It's Republic of Ireland. So
Southern.
yeah.
So,
So went over there for a wee holiday.
They've got all the songs down there, haven't they?
Southwest.
They're very very Irish there.
Southwest. My mum and dad have been.
That's not what the troubles are.
Anyway,
Is that not what Ed Sheeran was singing about his granny and all that?
Galway girl, yeah. They fucking hate that song there. They fucking hate it there.
We hate it
But
here.
yeah, that's how you became famous.
Probably cool not to like it, wasn't it? Yeah, man, what a lot of shit.
But I did hear.
I don't know who the
in a
hipster Irish
Glasgow,
accent.
I did
a
hear it.
Glasgow uni accent. That would be fucking great. Anyway,
How
sorry.
would you do a hipster Irish accent?
Probably same as his
I
dog.
fucking love their fucking cars.
My wee brother would be able to tell
I
you.
don't
he's
think
from
hipsters
Dublin.
in it.
Or he's
No,
stayed in
well,
Dublin.
I like the fucking postal service.
My wee brother would be able to tell you he was at university in Dublin.
This is already everyone is talking to the top each other. So rape dolphin, tell
Right,
us.
so-
Sorry, aye.
We went to Galway City, which is obviously there's a big kind of bay there. And back in 2014, 5 swimmers were rescued from Galway Bay after being attacked by a dolphin who likes to
5 swimmers were rescued.
Five swimmers were rescued from Galway Bay after a dolphin attack. They used the words causing difficulty in inverted commas.
What
Oh,
did you hear?
I heard rape. The dolphin tried to rape 5 people.
Oh no, man. How in what way?
It's called Dusty. It's got a name. It's called Dusty the dolphin, right? And it comes into the bay.
Dust?
the dolphin.
Dusty the dolphin.
Dusty
it's
the
called.
Irish dolphin.
Jesus.
This Irish rape fucking sex pest dolphin.
This would be
So-
perfect. Have you ever
We're only
seen?
a winner already.
Have you ever seen the
So
what's
what
it called, Ricky Gervais show where they put the fucking cartoons? This would be the perfect segment for
This
that.
would be the
Just
perfect segment. Yeah. This is a
That's
Cal
story in the
Pilkington moment.
background. Anybody that knows animation, do it. It's probably already.
Aye.
There's about 50s that listen to it.
Lazy bastards.
So reading an article, this is an article actually shown from the journal.ie. Causing difficulties. One of them described the dolphin as a large adult. But the swam towards the swimmer, slapping them. Fucking, how disrespectful is that? It's like, fuck, I'm gonna fucking rape you.
slapping the dolphin
Dolphin
was
slapping them in the face and shit.
Jesus Christ.
You're
Trying
my
to
bitch
fucking-
now.
How did you come to the conclusion of rape, though?
Well, that's what was told. It was they
Did it have-
downplayed it in Ireland,
Aye.
but it did run. One of them was actually raped.
Did it have like a wee purple warrior, like a dog?
But they're very sexual creatures. Dolphins.
Very sexual.
They are. They're very
It's
like.
a mammal.
They're very like.
all mammals are sexual creatures.
So they are. They are very like.
What is happening at the beginning of this?
I was gonna say horny, but it's not like.
They're very right. Sorry.
So how else did you find out about it being a rape dolphin?
Well, that's our friend Lauren told us. Like said, in that bay, there's a dolphin that rapes people. That was it. That was the first. That was it. Word for word, she said. She said, in that bay, there's a dolphin called Dusty. He likes to rape people.
Has he been done?
And I went, what?
Has he been done on attempted rape, or is there any like?
It's
Rape
just been.
victims?
It's not been cuffed or anything.
Is he in a cell?
Standing
We're
trial
not
in the
laughing.
bay.
We're not laughing about rape here. We're laughing
No,
about
laughing
dolphin
at the fact that
rape. Come on, it's
dolphins-
pretty ridiculous.
Just to clarify.
Dolphins.
It's ham to hand kill in King of the Hill. I remember that episode.
Do you
It's
think?
true.
What?
He
At the
could
King of the Hill, you get raped off a dolphin?
He did. The fucking dolphin tried to shag him, so that was.
Wow. Yeah, I have seen that episode.
So what
Do
else
you-
happened?
Hold on. Right. Do you think that dolphin actually had a tattoo of a fat schemy bird called Sinead?
Where are you going with this?
This is a really weird.
Just because fat schemy birds usually have dolphin tattoos.
Not true.
Yes.
That's a weird sort
That
of
was good.
Aye,
That was
parallel
good.
universe.
They have to tramp stamp as the queue anymore. They start getting things in their back.
Aye, like butterflies and
Lotuses.
Big rapey
lotuses.
dolphins.
I don't want a
Big
tribal,
rapey
but I still want something in my back.
Aye.
You guys come.
Whoa, yes.
Oh,
This is why we need buttons in this podcast. Right, so
Straight
what
to
else happened in
facials.
Ireland?
We ate a lot. Fucking on ourselves. It's really great food in Galway. Went and played. Our friend has got a spaniel, a dog, but it's blind, so it can't see shit.
It's a blind spaniel.
Blind spaniel, so it can't see anything at all. But my
You
friend
always,
likes
your
to.
stories always take a wee slightly sort of morbid.
Dark turn. I
What I was
know.
thinking is like, but
It's like, we played with Doug. It was blind, but
Aye.
Ran it in the fence all the time.
Lobbed a bottle at it, just tanned it in the face with it.
it does walk into the walls and stuff like that. So it's kind of like
Christ,
quite.
man, I feel
Yeah,
fucking...
check
It's
a
a
guide.
shame.
It should have a guide dog.
I'm going up the road.
I mean,
It
imagine
does,
that.
like the other
Who's
dog
the
helps
spaniel?
out. Like that's
is that the dog does help it out?
yeah, does help
So,
out.
yeah,
Yeah,
you were right.
Yeah.
Aye, no, because see when I lived up
Dog has a
the
guide.
road with my Maury, we had a Australian sheepdog and it was deaf, so it couldn't hear, so you're shouting on it like an idiot half the time. We used to just send the other dog to go and get it. Yeah, go and get her. And
But
she
how-
come,
but
didn't
how
come
would-
back.
How would that lead it in?
I don't know, just to hear Dafty, come on.
You're daft, Damon. Brilliant.
It's a really Glasgow dog. It's like
Well, of course.
fucking
that.
move your dafty.
If it's Buttons' dog, it's going to be superbly Glaswegian. There's no hope with that.
Let's go to John Jones. Get testing
Yeah.
for fucking.
On it again.
Apparently, he was on it again. Apparently, it was some 60s
Right.
testosterone thing. This is apparently.
Right back at it again.
Aye, but it was
John
Back
Jones.
once
With the
again, John
Renegade
Jones.
Masters.
in the
Back once again with
Stone
the Renegade
Jones.
steroids.
in the 60s. Apparently, this was a steroid that was used. Pardon me, and it was very hard to find it in
Right.
drug tests in the 60s.
Here we go.
So what you're saying is he went
This
back
is-
to the 60s and
So
something
this is
changed.
an uneducated view on it.
Right.
Some guys knows well. Apparently, this is dead hard to find in your system. So he's end up taking it and then get caught for it.
So what you're
This
saying
is hypothetically. We don't even know if that's what's happening.
Hypothetically
So
speaking.
what you're saying is John Jones is effectively Doc Martin and
Who?
went back and fucking...
Doc Martin?
No,
You mean
no,
Doc Brown?
Doc Brown, same
Or Martin
difference.
McFly?
Aye, Martin McFly. You know where I was going with it, right?
Doc Martin Brown
Aye,
McFly.
That's the main point. You know where I was going with it. Aye.
I watched a documentary on Netflix called Icarus about doping.
Right.
It's a
Aye, aye.
bang.
Oh, I've heard about that. Yeah.
I'll not ruin the documentary, but everybody should.
Tell me because I've
definitely
not got a
watch it.
clue. I've not
Well,
got a clue what it is.
it's about doping. A wee bit about Lance Armstrong, about endurance cycling. That's what
Okay.
it's called. Anyway, it's all about doping and how to beat the test and all that. And as soon as John Jones came out, or it came out that John Jones was done, I thought it's Lance Armstrong did it for like
12 years.
Aye, more than that.
Aye, probably.
Made a massive career out of it, lied to everybody, and then came out and said, I was taking performance enhancing drugs the whole time. And John Jones can't go one fight without being tested positive for something.
We talked about this in the old version of the podcast, but who gives a fuck? What would the steroid fucking Olympics, would that not be better?
Oh, I definitely would be.
Steroid.
Just everybody
I can't remember
on the
what
gear.
comedian it was. He did talk about.
Joe Rogan
Joe-
talks
he says,
about it.
I have a normal Olympics and then have a steroid Olympics. Have like a fucking
People
normies,
Do what you want.
normies, and then the mutants.
just
Like,
jacked.
aye,
People
let's see how
with
far you can go.
that
Yeah.
shot putter with just one massive arm. Like,
Ranting too much. You know.
I just write too much.
No, but the thing is, right, like even with
Concentrating on one skill, but
with the John Jones don't think, right? Fair enough. Like you get tested the day before the fight. But when was that fight? 2-3 weeks ago.
no.
So surely they should have a test that says, right, day before the fight he tested for this. So surely he shouldn't be allowed to fight. Do you know what I mean? Like it needs to be a lot quicker because there's no point in them going, oh by the way you're taking steroids, so you know you're massive and you've just punch fuck at him. Well done, you've put the boy in the hospital.
But the tests are only that test's only done the day of the fight. Is that correct? So the retest
The
is
day before. So no, what they do is they test you. So part of this documentary tells you how they get away with it, or they were getting away with it. And part of it is what they do is they take a test, say a sample, and they split it into A and B, and they freeze the B sample
It's
and the
the
A
it's the one
sample,
sample,
they
innit?
test. But it's the same sample. They just split it into two. So they test.
is that 4? if you need to do a second.
Yeah. So if they test the first one and you come back negative, then they'll not test the second one. But if they then 5-6 years down, or I can't remember how long they keep them for, but
basically,
then
if you get caught in the first one negative, you won't get the frozen
second
one used. If you're positive, they'll do it as a backup just in case.
until you get caught, and then they'll go back and test
then
your
look
B
at the other
samples. So if you get caught, then it's there as your second sample, so they'll retest you. So they'll retest the same sample and see that it's not something that it's like not been contaminated in the lab, because there'll be a lot of with every scientific thing you've got to have a positive sample and a negative sample. So what they'll do is they'll test a positive sample and then they'll test your sample to find out if it's the same, got the same chemical properties, or if it's not got the same chemical properties and it's not got the same chemical properties as somebody that's doping. Then so if it gets like if it comes back positive, then what they do is they go, well, it could have been contaminated. What we'll do now is we'll take the B sample and we'll retest that in a different lab. And so you can't get
findings type thing.
and you can't get the same exact thing twice unless you have actually been doping.
But the thing is, like, with it being an anabolic steroid, right, so it's always going to make him a bit more jacked and stuff. Like, did you watch you fight? Did you see how?
Yeah.
Did you see after he pretty much knocked him out, he was still going for him. You know what I mean? And that could cause severe damage to him.
But I think an MMA fighter would keep going anyway.
Oh no, 100%.
Or at least till the ref goes. The whole point in the Mark Hunt thing is he done the whole turn away punch. He would hit somebody and then turn away, and the reason was he was so confident that the guy was getting knocked out that he would turn away.
I know. Totally.
Every other MMA fighter would end up sitting, like, keep going till the ref goes, right, stop.
But the thing
you
is,
want to make sure
Is that enough?
You can't really, like, there's no kind of, what do you call it, man? There's no kind of scale for how much. I'm not saying it definitely gave him an advantage, but you would think it would, right? So even if it only gives him like an extra 5 or 10% bit more strength, that could kill somebody.
I completely agree.
I
I think
mean,
that Daniel Cormier's got a good shout at saying, I don't want to do this anymore. The
100%.
UFC have put me up against a guy, and bearing in mind this is the third time, and the first 2 times he's been doping, and the third time he beat him and he's been doping. But Daniel Cormier's got a good shout in going, what the like, I'm not fucking doing this anymore.
Yeah. So, but Mark Hunt, when Brock get caught, he's suing them at the moment.
Yeah.
So if I was a UFC, I'd go, right, give Daniel Cormier the title, because if we give him the title, he's less likely to fucking sue, isn't he?
Yeah.
No,
exactly.
you don't give him the title without winning a fight.
He's got to fight somebody for the title. He's got to.
Regardless
of John Jones, don't I know, John Jones would batter him anyway.
So
in my opinion.
So if it goes back into interim status, Daniel Cormier has got to be in that fight.
Yeah, too.
He will be.
100%.
He'll be in.
Can I just go to vacant like they do in WWE? Just like a
No,
vacant.
they give 2 people the title
Right.
essentially, and then, or at least they have in the past, given 2 people the title, and then whoever wins is the
Fight over it, basically.
undisputed,
Like you're both
the
the champion, but
undisputed champion.
Right,
after
They
that.
still do that in MMA as well. They still have, sometimes they'll have a champion and then they'll have an interim champion.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
The Dominic Cruz thing,
Aye.
Dominic Cruz injured himself and went on and on and on. Like, it went on for ages because he was the champion and he wasn't, like, he
wasn't
couldn't
fighting.
fight. So they had interim champions, and then when he came back, he beat the fucking.
but it's the
interim
same.
champion.
I'm sure. Like, Aldo fought somebody for the interim title, but McGregor's still the champion. But because McGregor had just not waited to fight somebody, could he fight?
I couldn't fight the same guy.
The same, like, go back
know
down. You know what I mean?
Apparently, a lot of folk are like going back on the side of Daniel Cormier now. He's one of the UFC fighters that's sort of unliked.
Oh,
Looked
yeah,
at
yeah,
as if
definitely.
he's a fucking.
He's a fud.
And the whole reason he is looked at that is because John Jones was so cool.
Yeah.
He was looked at as the sort of, I can't make a comeback, and whenever I try to do it, it just doesn't hit.
He's
Maybe
an
you have
idiot.
an argument
I
with your pal, and your pal hits you with a good slagging, you hit one way back, it could have been good, but you put it in a way that was so awful that it shouldn't be.
But I think that
was Daniel
Daniel Cormier
Max life story.
got it.
My life story, aye.
I think Daniel Cormier got it rough off the fans.
What, the first time or just in general?
In general, but he was booed by the fans. Even though John Jones has been caught twice
Yeah.
for having illicit substances in his system. Like, why is Daniel Cormier the bad guy in that? Because John Jones is the one that's taken away from the
I think people
sport.
just liked John Jones that much. I think people just liked John Jones that much that they thought, fuck man, this is a guy versing him. He's a total fucking...
He's a nutter.
No, I mean, he looks beige.
Hit and
He
run,
looks beige
hit and run somebody full of drugs.
and then fucked off in the car.
That's what I'm saying. Hit and run and then fucked
That was
off.
the time he get caught with Ching.
Yeah,
The second time he get caught with it was coke. Second time he get caught with estrogen.
that's right.
Estrogen blockers. Why do
Yeah.
you take estrogen blockers?
To
When you come
be
off
able-
steroids
Aye,
to
aye,
stop your
to-
body pumping you full of
Yeah,
estrogen
yeah,
because
yeah.
it doesn't have the steroids, so you take blockers, so you'll still be...
But my thinking behind it is, how the hell does he get caught when there are people out there that were doing it for 20 years and no getting caught? It's not like it's changed that much that
It
you
must
can't
have.
get away
It
with.
must have.
I don't
Oh,
know. Well, I suppose Lance Armstrong eventually got caught, or whether he
Get
get caught or
caught,
not.
We'll talk about it in the next podcast, but the John Jones thing was it was some drug for the 60s that some... I can't remember. Can you search this?
Some
Okay.
drug.
Apparent John Jones drug substance was used in some Olympic Games. It was by some country that used it, and that whatever one it was, they absolutely pumped the Olympics.
Watch that Icarus documentary and you'll probably
But I
find
think,
out.
So this drug was meant to be really hard to find when it came to like testing and all that. So he's ended up getting caught on one, and I genuinely, just on total uneducated Rantcast, the whole point in it. I think
The
it's
misinformation
because-
highway.
Misinformation highway, that's it. Because the whole reason they get caught is because somebody's went, this one's pure hard to find apparently back in the day.
No,
And
but the
he's-
thing is, right? Like, see, with the first fight, what was it? It was only gear, smoking weed and all that. Carry
Just
on,
a
right?
year.
Just a gear. I mean, no, but you know what I mean? Like, it's- like,
Cocaine!
This is the first time
Allegedly.
he's allegedly been caught using
Sue me.
like a performance enhancer, like an anabolic steroid. Do you know what I mean? Because the second time it was supposed to be some thing it was in fucking hard-on pills or whatever, wasn't it? Well, that's the
Aye.
story anyway.
That's
but-
the estrogen blockers thing.
Aye.
He was using hard-on pills for that.
dick pills.
Aye, one of his lawyers well went,
Because-
by the way, there's estrogen blockers in this fucking thing.
Because he probably couldn't get it up because he was absolutely full of steroids.
And gear.
Yeah, so it was apparently it was for two banned estrogen blockers, clomiphene and letrozole. At that time, but then he said it claimed it was field test due to a sexual enhancement pill. Like
What's the alleged of the one he's just been done?
the one he's alleged is for tested positive for the steroid turinabol, I think. So
Find
that's
out.
what he's.
It's an anabolic
Can you
steroid.
Yeah.
search Tyrannobol Olympics team and see if there's something else? There is something like that.
Well,
Eh.
don't
What?
find out what Olympics team it is because you'll possibly ruin this documentary.
No, it was like a 60s
You
one.
may or may not.
So you know
Documentary.
about it? Tell it then. Tell it quickly. Just give us an overview.
Because I don't want to ruin the documentary for people. It
Fuck-
starts
fuck
off
everybody
as
else.
one thing, a guy trying to cheat, like Tour de France type cycling
Endurance,
event, and then it turns into something completely different about Russian Olympics
I
teams.
think it was that. I think it was the Russian Olympic team.
It was actually a Russian weightlifter, a Ukrainian pole vaulter,
There you go.
and back in 2012, in London 2012 that was.
There you go.
They're using the same attempted drug.
Yeah, same drug. Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sure there's a team that pure bossed it. Like about 60s, 70s that done the same thing.
Watch
Women-
the Icarus documentary on
documentary.
Netflix.
Women shop
It's on
ballers.
Netflix. It's done by Netflix. I just want to say, by the way, see if you go to Netflix documentaries, the ones that they're making,
Mhm.
they're all like really good.
They're
I
really good,
watched
Don't know how. 'cause
Amanda Knox.
That's a really good one. That's,
That's
amazing.
really
That
good,
one.
like-
Yeah.
Deep.
Apparently,
deep,
apparently
but it's
Netflix are
good, man.
hemorrhaging money though. So I don't know how they're still
They're
able
tanning
to make
money into
fucking
things.
I'll take some.
me too.
Give me a couple of million. I'll pay all the tax on it, man. Is there hemorrhaging that bad? I'll take some of that cash, man.
I'll take something. I'll
Why
buy
the
it.
fuck not?
Sure
Free
do.
money.
Free money. I don't think.
Free money
you
is
get
What's,
the best
free
what's the
money.
best time you've ever got free money? Like found money?
Well, there's nothing.
Have
Nothing.
you ever found money?
I found money
Oh.
before. Yeah,
Where was it and what happened?
I found it when I was maybe about. I remember I was really skint at the time, and I remember going down the shops. I was working, just going to the shops. I was going to the bus. Like I'm fucking skint, and like lying on deck was like 20 quid. I was like, fuck.
Jackpot.
fucking amazing.
Saved you.
I've done
I'm
the
so
opposite so many times. Where
Aye.
I've had like fucking 40, 50 quid in my bag, whatever, in my pocket or something. Lost it.
Fuck.
Like
So-
sober, like going from A to B.
So you think?
Aye, probably.
probably
aye,
spent
mate,
it,
probably
oh,
spent
shite.
it, aye. But imagine just sitting there and you're like, is that a score? You open up, it's 2 scores and a tenner, 50 quid. You
Jackpot.
fucking bastards. When's the best time you've ever found money, Neil Holmes?
I don't know. I've there's been a couple of times where I've found money and then or I've seen somebody drop money and then given it back to them, or Argyle Street Tesco's.
Oh shit!
a guy-
Yeah. Nick Tesco's,
a woman took
Why are you saying no shit?
money.
You
Because that's happened to me before. If somebody's fucking the one beside fucking just up in the Radisson.
Aye.
That one is always like people always leave money.
Phantom money dropper.
That's
I
it.
think it's because
the famous Tesco Phantom money dropper.
I think it's because around there with all the call centres, there's a lot of call centres around there, so
Aye.
you're always going your lunch, your pub. Because I've done it before.
Or the gearheads.
Just went in, try to take money out and just like in the moment, just be like, oh fuck, I've got not getting much time on my break. I'm
Wrapping
just
the
leaving.
notes too tight.
Plastic bands in it, mate.
Jesus.
And just forgot, and then it's just disappeared. Somebody's just taken it. So
Me and we were years ago sitting in my house. I get my student loan.
right,
And it was like $1,000 or something like that.
fucking hell, man.
The only student loan I ever got. I'm getting punished for it still. They're never going to find me. Fuck you. And,
I'm on the
Aye.
electoral rule.
and
Get
I,
up, easy.
and I was fucking sure that I stashed like money for it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was pure hunting my room with Shell Maguire years ago. I was
Jesus.
about 18, 19, sitting in my room. And it was like, right, we want to do something. And I've just found £100 in my time capsule.
No way.
I was checking it, like, no way it's in here. Then found £100. We were so happy. Aye, fucked it. Next day, gone.
All the
All
way
All
away.
spent,
Aye.
spent.
Sitting with the
$100
crew,
pound.
aye, just buy this. And I've soft it. Sound.
Aye.
Jesus Christ.
Right, what we got next?
What's up next?
Let's go for it, man. Conor McGregor versus fucking Mayweather. Let's be honest, that's the
It's-
fucking
it's
main
like-
event of the podcast.
It's like just a throwaway match, isn't it? Really?
Did you hear about
This
this?
is a
Pre-show
throwaway
match.
Did you hear about this fake assassination thing?
No, I didn't
No,
hear. I
what's this?
wondered
This
what you
fake
meant.
So there's a
assassination.
guy called Barry Gibson that apparently
Barry
Sasha
Gibb,
Papich.
the Bee Gees.
Barry Gibson. This sounds like
Barry,
sounds like
Barry
somebody
Gibson
for the East End.
assassination thing.
this sounds
So-
like somebody for East End. This is a made up
Does
story.
Barry Gibson does sound very Scottish.
Gib knows him, mate.
Aye, Gib, do you
It was
know?
Gibb. It was his story. So Barry Gibson, it was him that sent me, in fact. The guy get killed. And the picture they used though was for the fucking some sniper guy thing. What was that
Right.
one?
Sniper.
Sniper guy. huh?
Aye.
American sniper.
No, the guy went in a killing
Shooter.
spree a few years ago.
Shooter,
Mark
Wahlberg.
Wahlberg.
Why Mark Wahlberg?
Shooter.
He's a sniper and shooter.
But there's a mad series on Netflix. He's pure liking that.
I've not seen
That's
that.
also called
Well
shooter.
We're
done,
having a
lads.
bottle of Jack Daniels during this one. First time we've been pushed, but fuck it. But aye, it was a fate. Barry Gibson. He got assassinated because he was shouting at odds about how I'm a promoter first, and but second. No,
I'm a
sorry, I'm a
boxing
boxing.
fan.
Aye, I'm a boxing fan first, promoter second.
And it's a fix. It's a fix.
Aye, they've been on the same plane when they've been doing all this shit and all that. And then they showed all these stories about this guy getting killed, and all you saw was all these sort of every comment on the thing I read was like either their name was like Illuminati is real or like that sort of conspiracy.
Yeah.
Are you sure? You
And they're
wanna
like, as
watch
soon
it?
as they seen it, they're like, yeah, man, I was talking to my friends on a forum and they were saying the same thing.
No, but are you sure you want to watch you in Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels? And
Where are you going with that?
Come on, Jimmy.
What does that mean?
Snatch.
Snatch.
Not
Wait,
Lock,
what
Stock,
are you
Two
talking
Smoking
about?
Barrels.
I don't know what he's talking about. You ask him.
At least Neil gets it right.
Aye, it's
Gets it
like-
What are
right.
you getting?
What would you mean? What would you call it? Rigging a fight.
Oh yeah.
Rigged
A
up.
ringer.
He tells you can't. He's got to cut his balls off. Now.
No.
Oh fuck
There
yeah,
you
yeah.
Kills his dag.
Brick
Buns. I knew you were talking about it. Don't worry about it.
Bro fist
It's all
right there.
gravy.
Just
Killed all the
Aye,
dags.
straight fisting.
whoa. Podcast just took a turn for us.
What do you think of the hype of this whole
Sorry, Mum.
Conor Mayweather thing as well?
It's a McGregor hype fest, usual.
It's amazing. I think it's brilliant. I genuinely, and I've had arguments with everybody about it, but I genuinely think
What were they saying? What was their sort of...
what everybody else's. Well, I think that a lot of people's argument for Mayweather winning is that he is a boxer and he's unbeaten, which is fine. He's a boxer that's never been beaten, so he's going to win, and that's fair enough. The
49-0.
statistics say, yes, he'll win. But I think that people, right up until now, are still saying, they're still underestimating the fact that he's going to fight somebody that isn't trained at being a boxer. And I think that
I'm
get
hearing
inside.
me and Neil have talked about this at length, and that's why I'm saying this is the main event, because we will have a lot of opinions on this. I'm hearing the opposite. I'm hearing so many folks say, like, I'm sick of hearing McGregor's going to win just because he's good at talking and good at fucking putting a promo over.
the experts all say that Mayweather's going to win, which like
Boxing
if you,
experts.
well, aye, but
Because it's
Well,
a
people are
boxing
splitting
match.
it.
boxing match.
Yes, that's my sort of deal. Which yours, I've heard the one about the stances and all that, but
Yeah.
see, we're not going to know till the bell rings in the first round, and then we see them in a ring fighting. Up until then, they've done a good job of the hype.
Yeah.
They've done a good job of it because they're making you believe
There's going to be a fight.
there's
gonna
going to
be
be
a
a
fight.
your fight.
It's going to be a stand-up
I'm
fight.
putting him to
Look
sleep.
Look at everyone.
He's going to sleep.
Mayweather
Mayweather's go to sleep.
Mayweather looked made Pacquiao.
Knocking him out. He's go to sleep. That's it. Finished. Discussion over.
No, if he makes it
Mayweather's
back and
going to sleep.
Mayweather.
I love the Conor McGregor came out this week and he's like, I'm gonna do this for him. He needs to go to sleep. I'm gonna put him to sleep, and when he wakes up, he'll be a better man. Fuck it. I hope he fucking does it. And I think people are getting skewed with the fact that you always got to support somebody that's, well, British.
The
I say
underdog.
British, but like somebody that's from where you're
Do
from.
you think Americans are looking at us the same way as we are?
Yes.
Thinking they want McGregor to get to win.
Knocked the fuck out. I think
Every-
people
there
want
is
him
a-
to be.
There is a general consensus, the people I've talked to, of I want McGregor to win, but Mayweather. In your heart, it should be McGregor. In your head, it's going to be Mayweather.
I wouldn't have. The only Mayweather fight that I would have I made an effort to watch was Mayweather Pacquiao, and the only reason that I watched that fight is because it was a massive event, and
Was it
well, I
hype?
too,
Was it hype?
I, and well,
And
to be
what
fair, no, I
happened?
take it back.
And what happened?
Yeah, and Mayweather won, but I take it back. I did watch what's his name, the English boy.
Calzaghe.
No, the
Ivan
most
Jr.
recent one against
Joshua?
yeah, Anthony Joshua. Right, okay, that boxing match, I would watch Anthony Joshua fight, but because he's from Britain or from England, but I would still say that I would much rather sit, I would be more excited to watch a McGregor fight than I would to hang about and buy 30 or whatever it is quid worth of Mayweather fighting somebody else in boxing.
Because
Okay.
we're MMA fans, though.
Aye,
More
because-
close, well, no, we're not like, I'm not, I don't know about you, but I'm not a diehard, but I'm more interested in that because it's like scrapping.
Bash rooting, so I've got to say.
Bash, right?
That's right.
And ding. But on a side note to what Neil was talking about, Anthony Joshua, did anybody see the Twitter beef with him and Amir Khan? Because apparently Joshua
No,
shagged
no.
his bird.
Did he?
What happened?
Apparently Amir Khan is getting a divorce because Anthony Joshua shagged his bird.
Brilliant.
No
I
chance.
swear, I'm
Smashed
leaving
it.
lying.
Wait,
Leaving lying.
2 seconds. Allegedly.
No, it was allegedly because Anthony Joshua
Yeah,
came
fucking
back
sued,
and
you.
hold on, I need to go to Twitter to actually find the
episode?
Joshua tweet, man.
He's got. Anthony Joshua again is another person that I'd probably.
When I say computer guy, what I mean is Larry's the one that's actually smarter than all of us.
Sitting at
Man in charge.
laptop.
Aye. And we're talking about this misinformation, how you calling it? Larry's the
That's what
one,
I'm
like,
calling
fact check and all that. I put that sentence
it.
really well.
Fuck, chicken.
Being higher
Right,
marsh
so
meat.
predictions.
Josh is-
give some predictions for this fucking Mayweather McGregor. Neil, go prediction. I want round, and I want how.
I think that
Or if you don't want round, what's the decision going to be? What do you think is going to happen?
I'm gonna
Full fledged opinion.
I'm gonna take the Dana White approach. I think it was Dana White that said it anyway. I stopped doubting Conor McGregor a few fights ago. So here we go.
Cheers buttons.
No, I
Funny.
stopped doubting Conor McGregor a few fights ago. So 4th round knockout.
I stopped doubting him years ago. That's what you say. I stopped doubting him.
Fourth round knockout.
Fourth
Fuck
round
it.
Fourth round knockout.
Yeah,
Bye,
fuck
bye,
it.
bye.
Oh, that's what
McGregor.
McGregor said as well.
Aye, that's it. I stopped doubting McGregor a long time ago. Fourth
Neil's
round
on that.
knockout.
Neil's on that train, and guess I want to be on that train so bad, but it's just see when you live with some cunt and he's on that train, you've got to do the devil's advocate.
I always go with my heart. Fuck my head. I always say that. I'm a Scotland rugby fan, probably first.
Eddie.
Well, no, Glasgow and then Scotland, and I'll always go with the fact that we're going to win no matter what, even if we're playing fucking like the hardest team in the world.
All
So
Blacks.
always go with your heart. Fourth round knockout, McGregor.
Who would win, the best rugby players versus the best American football players in each match? If they'd won each, who would win in total?
Rugby.
One match at rugby, one match at American football.
Rugby.
Rugby would win.
Why? Both times they do things as rugby
Why?
players because they train to do it without pads. They train to do it without being off their feet or whatever. So they train to do something that American football players train to do, but they don't do it in a way in which they don't have the protection to do it the way that American football players do. But if you added the protection that they do, they are hard enough
What
to
about
be able
forward
to do
play?
it.
Forward play.
It's too.
Rugby players doing forward play.
What do you mean forward
Why
play?
is that not a thing? No, like American football's a way to throw forward.
Because
Aye.
it's a different
It's a
rules to a
aye.
game. That's like saying what's the difference between golf and polo.
One's will get water.
But what I'm saying is, in Europe, we'll go
One's
round
got
every-
horses.
We'll go round every, we'll go
Oh,
round
if we
every,
met under wall
we'll
polo.
go round every day before we have our like the McGregor Mayweather thing. Predictions on a American football players versus rugby players, a match each, and then the total win. You think rugby would win?
I think so.
Who do you think would win? Larry.
Well, I'd probably say rugby, I think.
Why?
Well, I think, well, again, it's the same points. I used to play rugby by myself, so I know if I can. The shit you have to go through.
Play
if I
it by
can,
yourself.
I can see that.
yeah.
Because that would be rough.
What about you, Buttons?
Depends what rule set. There's a lot of variables to what argument.
Aye, I
Would
think
win.
I
What do
agree.
you
It's
think?
difficult.
What do you
to
think in a
compare the
snap
two.
in a snap
In a
fucking
snap,
Rantcast basis? Because we're just getting opinions.
Well, like,
Uneducated as fuck.
well, it's
Go.
not uneducated, but right, because we half know what we're talking about sometimes.
That's
but-
not enough. But what do you think?
But
Who
if
would
it's
win?
well, because if it's American football, forward, they can pass forward. Rugby players got to pass the side.
But
right?
if you play
So
a
it's two
game
different.
each, you play a game
So
each.
you play a game of
Their
rugby.
rules and rugby rules. Who would come out on top
A bit-
after those two games?
In my opinion, it'd be 1-1
1-1.
because
But then you'd have to have a third one, wouldn't you?
you're going to have a rematch. You'll McGregor Mayweather.
I
Yeah,
think,
that's a point actually. When
think
it comes
it
to when it comes to rugby and American football, they've both got dedicated kickers. That's true, isn't it?
No.
Well,
Rugby, no, rugby.
they do have a
the
kicker
thing-
for
the
the field.
difference, the
thing.
difference between the two sports is that American football specialise in every position. Rugby, you specialise in a position, but you need to be able to do the things that other people do because
It's a team
rugby
game.
is a team game. American football is a game of that you
a team
play.
as well.
You play in a team, but as
An
you need to
individual.
be individually amazing
Yeah,
at it.
an individual star could win you an American football
Exactly.
game. I do not think an individual star could win you a rugby match.
Not a chance.
No.
In my opinion, I'll be honest, I don't watch enough either. But I'd love to think rugby players would win just because they look well more crazy, yeah. Because American footballers get caught again on fucking Segway, loads of steroids all the time.
Only
don't you?
gear.
You
Oh,
barely
aye,
ever,
I do.
you barely ever hear of rugby players getting caught. I've never actually. I'll go as far to say I've never heard a scandal about a rugby player getting caught on
I
steroids.
could not on steroids, but I could tell
There's
you
a
some
few
scandals.
Go on then. These are
Scandals.
rugby scandals.
There's the biggest scandal in rugby is the blood pack thing. It's like so in rugby you get a thing called a blood substitution, which is
What the
if
fuck is that?
so if you're pissing blood out of any point of you that they can't fix
Your
on the
arse?
pitch, and I will say at this point that I've had staples put on the pitch so that I can continue to play.
Shit.
But
Idiot.
There is a sort of thing when you, especially when it comes to British sports, the big ones are probably really when it comes to two biggest sports, it's probably rugby and football. And you've always got that sort
Aye.
of thing of rugby
That
players
depends.
saying,
that
I bet-
depends.
depends.
And
What I'm
team
saying
sports,
is, if it
team
did come
sports,
down to
yeah.
day
But
two,
even at team sports, like it's a again, it turns into a Scotland versus England debate because how many people in Scotland?
why?
Because how many people in Scotland do you know that's ever even looked at cricket?
Good point. I've not looked
That's
at
a good
cricket.
shout.
Do you know what I mean? Whereas in England,
How many
a
fans
lot-
do you think the Glasgow cricket team are getting? Nanty.
-5.
Aye.
The family and that.
Aye.
It's like playing Strawberry Fields back in the bands. I'll go.
Aye. Didn't impress me.
Your mum and dad come
On
and
there.
realise you're in a metalcore band.
Nah, they're raging about it. innit?
Fucked it.
And as soon as they're only there when you play, and as soon as you finish, they're off.
Aye.
Can I just say on that point that Jimmy's dad's probably the only person of our parents that has ever come to see our band play, and he was probably.
What's that shit?
He was but he was probably like that, right? Musically they're smashing, but who's this fucking ridiculous bastard singing?
I'm sure my mum came and seen
What
it.
these
seen
need
us.
to do all that shouty?
shouting
Is that what you said?
I think mum came to see his leagues. I'm pretty sure.
My mum came to see us play. Came to see us play the Cat House, and it was the first time she knew I smoked anyway, but it was like the first time she actually caught me. Yeah,
You on stage smoking
No,
that? What a bad man.
I was in it. We'd been in the pub getting fucking fully and that, and I was like, "Mate, I'm going for a fag before my mouth turns up." Ran across the road, man, with a snout hanging out my mouth. My mum was like, that. "Christopher," I was like, "Oh yeah, bastard." She's like, "What do you think you're doing?" I was like, "Liking this snout, man. Fuck it." I mean, I was already caught, man. So fuck it. In for a berry, in for a pound, innit?
Big
So
up
you-
to the hammer.
So you've had your prediction on the Mayweather fight. Larry Reid, give me your prediction on Conor Mayweather. What do you think is going to happen?
I
Quick.
think McGregor's gonna. I think he's gonna win.
How's he going to win?
He's gonna knock him out in the second round. Like
Second round?
like he says he's gonna do it.
So Neil's
I've got a funny feeling that something's gonna happen.
says
Something
4.
with mental shit. So
Neil's saying 4, so he's listening to the man.
yeah.
And he has been right before, but he's been wrong
Sheep.
before.
So I think he said the second round in the last.
Once. He's only been wrong about a fight once, and he got submitted.
Like
He
a
got
bitch.
submitted. Whether he got submitted like a bitch or not, he knocked Jose Aldo out, the only person to ever win that title at that weight. Only person to ever win. He beat everybody, absolutely everybody. Conor McGregor knocked him out in 30 seconds. And do you know why he
He's a
did it?
different kind of animal, though.
No, but do you know why he did it? Because he wound Aldo up. Aldo never looked like that going into a fight before any of the fights previously, despite the fact that there were people there that were doing the wind up thing the whole time. Conor McGregor managed to get into his head. He came in and he got knocked the fuck out. And I think Mayweather's going to do exactly the same.
I offered him a square go up the back of Aston and he said no, right? So that's
McGregor?
aye.
I heard about that.
And Mayweather. And
Right, Siri, Buttons, what do you think is going to happen? What's your prediction? What round? How's it happen? And or whatever. What is your like?
100%.
Just in your head.
100%. I'm completely.
Mayweather's gonna win by decision.
For the first time ever, I've been totally conflicted about a fight because
Same.
like other, especially with McGregor fights, like fucking me and Scott were sitting like when he lost to Diaz, right? I said to him, see if this goes past the first round, Diaz is submitting him. Scott's like, fuck off, tenner on it. I says, no bother, tenner on it. Boom, Diaz wins. Second Diaz fight. He's like, you back your boy Diaz this time. I says, I don't think so.
There
I
was
don't
a lot
think so.
There was a lot of confliction
You know what I
on that, as if a lot of people thought
That was meant
Diaz
to be
won
like
that one. The second one was a decision, wasn't it?
The second one was the
There
decision.
was a lot of people
I don't
that
think he
thought-
won it.
Aye, because Diaz won the last 2 rounds, but the first 3 rounds it was
He was getting
McGregor.
He was getting
It was
smashed.
McGregor, and people did the same thing with JSP. JSP would win the first 2 rounds, and then he would back off for the second 2 rounds because he'd be like, "Right, well, I've fucking won it. There's no point."
Do you think there'll be a third fight with they two?
Who?
Diaz and McGregor.
Diaz McGregor.
No, I don't
Nah.
think so.
If
Diaz
it's
is
a money fight, innit?
The only fight.
It's not going to be $100 million fight. See if McGregor wins, he may go
Definitely.
back to the UFC, but only once there's an opponent that can make it $1 million fight or
And
to $100 million
The
fight.
only
sorry.
Diaz fight McGregor's going to go into is if it's Nick.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, agreed. And he loves both of them as well.
And here's the weird thing: I've seen videos of Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz is totally on this sort of McGregor train with us.
He loves
You
them.
think
They
that
both
anybody?
Yeah, you have the
Anybody?
fucking one thing we have against
Aye,
him.
he'd be against him, but he's not because he's fought him twice and he's probably got a bit of respect.
There's
from him.
a video on YouTube with McGregor talking about, or it's like the Nate Diaz McGregor or the Diaz brothers McGregor, like I can't remember what it's called on YouTube, but they both talk about how they think that the other one is a great fighter, and you can see after both fights they both go straight over and go, fucking hell, that was something else.
It's a great fight.
Aye.
My prediction.
Nobody cares.
I'm not
kidding
even
on,
finished with my prediction yet.
Joking.
Keep going with your one.
But aye, well, actually, this is the first time I've been 100% conflicted on a fight. If it finishes in the first four,
50-50.
aye, very good.
Very.
Nah, like if it finishes in the first 4 rounds, it's a McGregor fight. But at the same
If?
time,
Which means McGregor's going to dominate for the first four.
no, he
rounds.
doesn't have
Or
to.
if he
No,
doesn't.
he doesn't have to dominate in the first 4 rounds. He needs to knock him out in the first 4
What I
rounds.
mean is he's got to look
my
all
opinion.
right
No.
for him to win in the first 4
Have
rounds.
to
He's
look
got-
alright.
For me, McGregor's got to knock him out in the first 4, or it's going the distance.
Do you think McGregor's
agree.
punching power is stronger than a professional boxer?
Yes.
Yes,
Why?
Yes, 100%.
because he's knocked
Why?
out pretty much everybody that he's fought in the UFC. If he's not, and
And these
he's
guys-
fighting with with smaller gloves. Everybody's talked about the gloves thing, but I think that
Still 4 pounds heavier than UFC gloves.
Well, that's
Even
it.
if it
Well,
is 8.
but no, but that's
Okay,
that's what McGregor.
but-
That's McGregor's point. McGregor's point was, I don't care how small the gloves, just fucking
Yeah.
fight me. Do you know what I mean? Because McGregor's used to having small gloves. See, like everybody's like, oh, the gloves. You know what the difference is between an 8-ounce glove and a fucking 12-ounce glove?
4 ounces.
Fuck all. See when you're getting punched with it?
for it, aye.
None.
That was McGregor's point. That's McGregor's point. You block one of my punches, and I punch your glove into your head. That's still enough to knock you out.
It's
I will
mo-
still shake your brain, and you will go to
The
sleep.
heavier gloves, the heavier the hit.
When's the last time? Look this up, Larry. When is the last time Mayweather year? What year is the last time Mayweather knocked somebody out?
It was in the 90s. It was in the 90s. Last time he knocked somebody out, like not TKO, like knocked out.
Knocked
10
out.
10 count first one. Aye. Fuck, it was in the 90s.
So what is going to happen in this fight? Mayweather is going
Before-
to run away for 12 rounds and win it on decision.
He's saying on. I'm going with my prediction after this. He's going on face value saying the two of them are going to go forward. He's like, I'm going to go forward. McGregor's going to go forward.
Pish.
I think. Here's my prediction, and this is going to sound really fucking middle of the road, as if I'm trying to hedge my bets. Do you know when I'll find out? After the first round, second round.
No.
That's when we'll find out. As soon as the bell rings, nobody's really got a clue
Again,
because you've
that's
put
up
somebody.
middle of the road.
Is he going to? Here's one for me, right? McGregor. People keep talking about he's going to use these stances. He's going to use MMA stances, which will be because he's a southpaw. He's holding for the left, which is closer to Mayweather's first hand. Both of their first hands are closer to each other because he's southpaw and he might have a different stance. What if he comes in total Queensberry rules? That's what boxing is, Queensberry rules. So he's going to come in trying to do different stances, or is he going to come in try to do a boxing stance, or is he are the two of them going to go for it straight away? Are they going to do what a usual boxing fight is, 2 or 3 rounds of like a snore fest until you know what's going on? Or so my prediction is going to be wait till the first round. But my head is saying
That's not a
Mayweather.
prediction.
I know it isn't, and that's what I just said. I'm going to take the
Right,
middle of the
okay,
road on
go
this
then.
one.
Hey, boy,
It's
go
going to
Stiffer.
be. We're not going to know till we get like a round or 2 in, and we see them moving about in a ring trying to fight each other.
Right,
That's
just
for
to-
me.
Just to back my own point up, which is I'm going to do to whoever comes and shouts at me about after this, but he is Irish, and Ireland has a huge.
You're a racialist.
Well, he is Irish, and they have a huge history of boxing.
You for Antifa?
So some of the trainers that he's always been with are Irish boxing
Gypsies.
trainers. Oh, Jesus.
What was he asking me to look up?
Going to the last time he knocked somebody out.
When was the
Aye.
last time Mayweather knocked somebody out?
I'm saying, see if he comes out Queensberry rules. And he
last
catches
person-
him with that
last
left
person knocked
hand.
out was back in 2011, and it's Victor Ortiz.
Was that a TKO?
Idiot.
Just knockout. Last time TKO he was
Just KO. KO is like First one.
Ma-
TKO's 3. In boxing, it's
Three knockdowns.
3 knockdowns, you're done.
Yeah, okay. So knockdown's
one
the last
round, I
last
mean.
time knocks him down
Is it
straight
one
away.
round or is it like all
My,
rounds?
my granny.
No, 1 round. So you knock somebody down three
Three
times
times
in
in
1
one
round, then that's TKO.
My
When
granny
was the
could
last
beat
time
Victor
Mayweather
Ortiz.
KO'd someone?
That's 2011 in Victor Ortiz.
That's a TKO.
That was a KO. That one.
It's a KO.
It's
TKO.
a
Ortiz.
KO.
2011?
Oh, he banged him?
Not T.O. Ortiz.
So he's
No,
already.
so he's knocked. The last one he's on just a knockout was Victor Ortiz back on in 2011.
2011.
My
So
granny
what?
could knock out Victor Ortiz. Just saying.
Right,
See, here's
so
the thing. I'm useless.
before that, then
Before that, just a knockout was
Like straight knockdown, down for 10.
in saying
back
that,
in 1999.
Who was
So-
that?
That
Fred
was
Durst.
Justin
17
Duco.
Fred Durst.
Why would they knock out Fred Durst?
Why wouldn't you?
1999, baby!
Brilliant.
That was that just Justin
Absolutely
Duco.
classic. Put that in the highlight reel. 1999, Mayweather knocked out Fred Durst. It's 1999.
Facts,
baby.
mate. Just facts.
Facts.
What are you saying, Larry?
Misinformation.
That,
Misinformation,
but that
Andy.
time he had a large. In the 90s, he had a larger record of going either TKOs or KOs.
Totally, and
And
then
since then, it's been like.
by
once
that
every
point,
maybe
by
10
that
years
point,
or
what
something
was
like
he fucking?
It's a smart fight. Right, okay, you want
It's
to
a
put
smart
you just
fight.
want a balls out or put an
Balls
opinion on.
on the table.
Okay, balls on the table.
Right.
12
Slap him
rounds.
in.
12 rounds, Mayweather wins. Oh, aye, great. Aye,
Put
everybody's.
that in the bookies.
You might as well fucking sit on the fence.
70, a fucking
Sit
a
the
million
fence
and
with your
five.
fucking-
Honestly, I
Put your,
don't
put your
know.
balls in the fence.
Aye, stick
don't
your
know.
balls in the fence.
I've talked to that many people that have either totally one way or the other, totally one way or
It's,
the other.
it's very
Separately.
divided between the two people. Cause
Do you know what? The best thing about the fight is that people are divided over it.
Yeah.
It's $100 million fight for a reason.
Apparently Mayweather's going to earn. He said, I can't remember what late show he was on. He said he was going to. How much have you got through this fight just in general? And he said 350 million.
He needs it for the tax man.
I seen a thing on
Conor McGregor fanboy in effect.
I seen a thing on Facebook and it said
Mayweather's going to win.
no.
There you go. He's want one. Mayweather's going to win.
12 rounds.
It said
I may as well. If I'm going to
Mayweather.
I need to put one. Use will put it on. Mayweather's going to win after
12
after a decision. Or
Pish.
slash. I'll put a $5 on it next episode.
Okay.
I'll put a $5 on Mayweather's going to win just in general.
I'll put a
Is it
tenner
general?
on. I'll put a tenner on McGregor to win.
I'll
There
put
you go.
a
We're
five.
Up the
shaking hands.
stakes.
We're shaking
Yeah.
hands.
There we go. I'll owe Jimmy a tenner.
Is it
if
like the
Mc-
horses? Can I put
Mayweather
one
wins.
each way?
I know Neil too well as well. As soon as
Each way.
if McGregor wins, he's going to do this. I told you he was going to win shit. Because Jamie's going to do the exact same thing.
What?
He's going to go, I fucking knew if he start to finish, he was going to win and all that.
He's still a
I've said it since the beginning. Since it was fucking out, I've said you're literally putting up somebody that is 40 years old against somebody that is not even 30 yet.
And what-
I don't
and what-
care. See if I go out tomorrow and fight a 19-year-old that has any type of fucking 12 rounds, whatever, that I have to stand in the ring and fight him. He's going to be faster. He's not going to have the injuries. He's not going to have whatever. You know, it's chaos. People
But-
are like, oh, this is blah, 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 blah.
My point is,
He's going
hearing
to
the
fuck him
opposite.
up.
I'm
Hold
hearing
on,
the total
hold on.
opposite though.
my point is, right, my
Maybe
point
it's
is,
because we're in Britain.
Neil,
We want to
do you
back,
know-
we
do you know-
want to back the local
Hold on,
boy.
Right, go.
could your dad batter you? Point proven. Point proven.
What does that mean?
Could your dad batter you?
No.
Aye, but
so
So
only-
the hammer could do you right.
But only
Anyway,
because I wouldn't fight back.
and Gina, if I
and-
punch my dad, probably have
Where
a
are
heart
you
attack.
going with
Right,
this?
so.
What's this got to do
No,
with this?
I
Because,
understood.
because see when you're younger, right? See when you're younger, the only person you ever really fear is your dad punching you. Because your dad's 20 years older than you and he can punch your cunt in, right?
Don't know. To be fair, when I was young, I was terrified of Freddy Krueger. Freddy Krueger.
I was just scared of the hammer. Only person ever.
I was
Right.
terrified of Freddy Krueger.
That's a
He
real
was
bear.
rubbish.
Right, so part 4 of the McGregor thing that I'll highlight is the possible aftermath.
Oh,
Rematch.
Here we
Do
go.
you think whoever wins,
No
whoever
rematch.
wins, think there'll be a rematch, or do you think that'll be the end of it? And
I
that'll
think
be
there might be right. The only way that there will be a rematch is if
McGregor
McGregor wins.
Aye.
If McGregor does not win, or if McGregor wins, then that's his moment,
That's his moment to shine.
riding
Larry,
off into the sun.
What do you think of the aftermath? Would you think if whoever wins, do you think there will be a rematch, or do you think
Well, I was watching Joe Rogan and Brendan Schaub was on it, and he was talking about the Paul Malignaggi. Is that how you spell it?
Paul
Malignaggi.
Malignaggi. Now, I don't know much about him. I think he is a boxer, isn't he? That's great.
Yeah.
And he obviously came in and he was a sort of they talked about him being a ringer for Conor to make him look good.
Yeah. Well,
and he came out, there's a press conference, a kind of press junket thing.
It was his sparring partner.
But it was both sides. It was both sides because you don't know whether he was a ringer for one or the other because he came out.
Apparently the fight that they had. Dana White was there. What was the guys that used to own UFC? What were they called? The brothers? What were they called?
Look it up.
Fortitas. Right, they were there as well. So there was Dana White. One of the Fortitas was there because like we want to see this Malignaggi versus. And in this All Access, it made out as if McGregor just won it absolutely hands down.
Yeah.
Malignaggi came out after that, doing all the TV shows about how I never get paid, so now they put the picture out first, so now I've got the right to say whatever.
Yeah.
So this guy sparred against him, apparently lost, and then never get paid either. Do you think it's a bit shady that this guy who was a championship boxer at one time, they put him in a sparring to have a fight with him because he was a championship boxer at one time, then McGregor slightly won.
Publicly.
Have you not seen the video? There's a video on Twitter about it. But just to put it in perspective, it was Amir Khan, if I'm not mistaken, that fought Paul Malignaggi. No Khan's last fight, but the fight before that.
Who won out of that?
Paul Malignaggi.
Khan?
Right. Did, because he's a dafty.
I think that the Paul Malignaggi, whatever, how the fucking say his name. But there's been rumours both sides, like, he was a ringer for Mayweather, and he was like he said he came out and said that he.
What does that mean? What's the ringer?
Well, Conor came out and said, and apparently the press junkie who said, "I'm not bringing Paul in to spar me. I'm bringing Paul in to fuck him up."
No, yeah.
That's what Brendan Schaub said. He said on the thing. He said that word for word what he said. He said, "I'm not bringing Paul in." Just have a fight with him here to fuck him up.
No.
That's
to
because
make him look bad,
shit.
essentially.
That's because he was giving him shit before it, though.
Yeah.
But I think that it goes both
He was
ways.
giving him shit to get a fight because that's what fighters do.
But I think it's both ways. I think people are saying that, Mayweather said, Paul Malignaggi, go in there. Because Malignaggi came out and said, I punched him in the gut and he whimpered. He said that in a press conference, I punched him in the gut and he whimpered. And then the next video that come out is McGregor knocking him out. Now,
knocked him down.
Knocked him down. Sorry, but
knocked
him down.
But they were saying it was a push.
They were saying it was a push. Blah blah blah.
It was a knockdown.
It's all look.
It was a knockdown.
Look, let's
watch the video.
Let's just think about it in terms of a fighter versus a fighter, rather than all of the fucking YouTube hype that has been put on it, or the YouTube hype, but the TV hype or whatever.
There's an actual video.
Yeah,
because Paul Malignaggi is like, I publish your footage. So Dana White posted it, and it was only like maybe a 5-6 second clip.
They've not published the whole fight though.
They've not put the whole.
It went 12 rounds, and you don't see. You've not seen the 12 rounds.
You don't see 12 rounds. All you see.
Does that not tell you everything?
No, but
I've got
all
12 rounds with a guy.
All you see is the 4 punches that fucking.
But they tried to simulate a fight, and he took him to 12 rounds.
Of course,
Paul Malignaggi, a guy who's retired, or not retired, but old.
He's not old.
Older than him. Older than Conor.
He's not Floyd Mayweather.
Is he old as Floyd Mayweather?
He's not
Floyd.
Floyd.
Is he?
No chance.
He is not the sort of.
Malignaggi's only like fucking 31.
He is not the same fighter as Mayweather.
Right. Okay.
So and he managed to take him to 12 rounds.
Because it's sparring. Like,
I think
they treated that. They treated that fight like a real.
Okay.
Apparently.
So I think the point is that. I say this.
He's 36. He's
36. So he's
He's
4 years
older
younger
than me.
Is he still fighting?
No,
he's retired.
He's a boxing commentator now, isn't he? He's a boxing analyst, really.
The point is with the Malignaggi thing. The Malignaggi thing. The point is that people are like, so McGregor's done this and done that, and like he knocked him down at 12 rounds, but what you've got to realise is McGregor has trained camps for every fight that he's fought. Mm-hmm. So he's fought Nate Diaz, and he's trained a camp, and maybe the first one he made a mistake, the second one he didn't let him take him down, But he fought the Aldo fight to fight Aldo. He fought all the other fights. Not Mendes. Was it Mendes?
Chad
Mendes. He
Sam
fought
Mendes.
Chad. Just Sam Mendes. He fought Chad Mendes for that fight. If you do
Bond
a 6 month
Guy tried to
camp,
bond.
if
Sam
you
Mendes.
do a
The
6
action guy.
month,
Action guy, yeah.
if you do a 6 month camp for any fight, he's going to be trained to fight that person.
Right, that
Everybody's
one
like,
person,
oh
yeah.
no, he can't fight fucking,
So
can't
does
fight boxing.
Do you think Mayweather's been in a camp thinking he's fighting somebody else, or
I think that
he's
Mayweather's,
been in a camp trained to fight somebody who's
And
orthodox?
I
Who's
completely
a
agree.
southpaw as well.
But no. I don't agree exactly with what you've just said. What I think
why?
is because Mayweather has fought a boxing camp to fight a boxer. And that's fine, because that's what he will have done for the last 49 fights, which is perfect for Mayweather. Do you know what I mean? He's won 49 fucking fights, and
But it
to
is a
me,
boxing
I'll never
fight.
and I'll 100% never take that away from Mayweather. He is probably the best boxer that has been, apart from
Mike Tyson.
Mike
Got a
Tyson.
better record than all of them. All of them.
Right,
Better record than
and
all of them.
And at 100%.
But
Take that in. What my argument is McGregor is going into a boxing camp to learn how to box, but he can take the skills from fighting other people into the fight.
His striking
He's gonna
coach,
take
his striking
people-
coach Kavanagh is the same guy he said in this camp. So he's stuck with the same guy the whole time.
But
Which
look
is
how
And
a
he's
good.
knocked
look how
out.
good his striking is.
No, what I'm
most
saying,
of
what I'm saying is, you saying he's done a boxing camp. I don't think he has. I think he's done a fight where he's trying to get his striking coach to show him boxing stuff.
He is the richest, or he should be if he isn't, the richest UFC fighter. So, see if you're going to prepare for a fight,
What about Couture?
Randy Couture.
Can you talk
what-
a fight? Can you talk a fight? Can
right,
fight a fight?
but
Can you talk
He
a
fought.
fight?
You've got to
He fought
remember-
James Toney. He fought James
Yes,
Toney, who was
people-
a boxer in UFC rules, and he said after the fight, which he won, he says, the whole time during the fight, I didn't want to get into a striking battle with James Toney because I knew getting into a striking battle with James Toney, I would lose. So I try to take him to the ground as soon as possible.
That's a different. That is a
back in the
different.
day.
That is
set
that is
of
a heavyweight.
fucking rules.
That is a champion of boxing
Yes.
versus a champion of UFC.
But again-
and he had the respect to take him down,
Okay.
not try and fight him
And
boxing.
I completely agree. However, Randy Couture was in a part of UFC before it was.
Before it
So
devolved.
before it was what was the last fight? $65 million. Randy Couture fought, and arguably him and the Iceman were the two biggest fighters.
I don't think
before.
there's ever been any UFC that generated $65 million between the fighters.
Whoa,
Might have a Dubai's.
Deep.
Never.
deep. I'm 100% sure that McGregor's
What's the biggest sort of purse in UFC history?
purse.
I don't think that's saying it
Both
generated.
fighters are
Saying
not-
it generated means it generated for UFC. I'm talking. Each one of these fighters are getting 100 million purse each to start.
McGregor-
Nobody's getting 100 million
McGregor
each, though.
Aldo,
That's
how
fine.
much was that each? Because I'll say that McGregor's been working his way to this point. The reason that he is now going for a boxing fight is because he has got to the point where he cannot generate personally
More money.
the same amount of money that he should from the next fight.
Well,
And he might-
guess who got the biggest purse?
Oh, McGregor.
Of course,
Of
2000
course.
202 against Nate Diaz was 3 million. You got that's the largest.
3?
3 million.
3 million.
Well,
This is a different type of fucking fight. They're at least getting. There's 100 million in their purse. As I said earlier,
No, but
McGregor's
that's
maybe
I
getting
would-
350 million just through sponsorships, blah blah, adverts, blah blah blah.
That's
I
what's
would
on
still
Facebook,
say
though.
I would still say that although it seems like a bigger thing, surely as somebody who has fought against all odds, remembering that McGregor fought somebody that arguably cannot be beaten in Aldo because nobody beat him to that point, and he's then gone, right, well, fuck
Any
it, I'm
fight-
going to
any
go
fighter could get
I'm going to
knocked.
go away, I'm going to go weight above, and I'm going to go and become the champion at 2 weights, and he beat the champion at the second weight, although he did fight Nate Diaz twice. I think that the preparation
The champion
comes to the preparation for fighting somebody who is unbeatable has only been done by McGregor. It's
champion-
not been done by
The
Mayweather
champion
because
at
Mayweather
second
is
weight
unbeatable.
different though, man, because he was supposed to fight Dos Anjos. Fair enough, Dos Anjos lost before that, right? But Dos Anjos is a completely different fight to the fight that he won the title from.
I still think
Do you
that
know what I mean?
I still think that as a fighter, all round, and I 100% agree that we're going into a boxing fight, and that we shouldn't be talking about it in UFC terms, and I understand why the Mayweather people have been taken away from the no, you fought this, but it's in MMA, it's in this, it's in that.
It's the same argument as rugby versus American football. It's the same. For me, it's the same argument. Like if you put American football players into a rugby match, of course rugby players are going to win.
Aye, but
Of
I
course.
think that
Do you know what I mean?
you've seen rugby players go to American football and make multi-millions.
But not on the same level as American football players.
But it is. But the difference is that the rules for rugby and American football are completely different, and boxing and MMA are different. But the skills that you learn being an MMA fighter are transferable in by taking out some of the things that you would have trained to fight an MMA fight. You take those out and you train other parts of your training harder
but would you
because you know that you don't have
But
to
would you not
worry
agree
about
that
leg
the
kicks. You don't have to
skills-
worry about that.
the skills
getting
from
taken
the skills from a rugby background would be transferable to American football.
I agree, but you don't in rugby and American football you have the similar so many similarities: tackling, upper body strength,
Well, exactly.
leg strength. You've got all of those things that you need to
Which is
focus
a-
on
it's a
in
transferable-
both.
it's a transferable skill,
Aye,
that's
but
what I'm saying.
you've got to focus on the same skills in both. You have to with rugby and American
Well, it's the
football.
same-
with
for me it's the same.
MMA and with MMA and boxing, you have to transfer the skills. Yes, for your stand-up fighting,
Larry
but you
was-
do not need to train your takedowns. You don't need to train your defense on certain things. So what you do is the things that you train before, you train them doubly well, like your stand-up, which you now need to do when you have to
I
transfer to
kind
boxing.
of, I semi agree with you've got to take like you're not training so much for like your takedown and defence.
We've turned a
leg
whole bottle of
kicks.
Jack in this episode. I'm just saying.
Like you don't have to train for that.
Become
But-
very
but,
deep, my friend.
but because you're going into a specific area, I think you need to train double as hard and in just that area.
It looks like
See what I mean?
Mayweather isn't. Whenever you see him in these interviews and stuff, or like whatever he's doing media-wise, it looks like he's not taking it as seriously.
It's not that he's
Did you
not
see-
taking it
Did
seriously.
any of you see the
He-
video of
No.
the latest press conference?
Oh, I agree that.
The latest press conference, the one that happened yesterday or tonight, whatever it was in American time. There was a point
Being
where the two of them
today.
done a face-off, right?
Yeah.
So the two of them done a face-off, and this guy in the crowd's mouthing off. Conor and Mayweather both looked at the guy and went like, "Right, fucking, want to wrap it, mate?" But as in like together. It was quite a cool moment. It was cool to see the two of them looking at this
It's
guy and
because
going,
it's,
like, "You want to shut up a
their
minute,
show. It's their show.
I
They
bet-
wanted to be about
Absolutely,
them.
yes.
I bet it was the guy was obviously in Mayweather's camp, and Mayweather's the first one to say something like, "See, if you're going to come into this press conference, it was meant to be chill. Going to just chill it out."
Can I just
It was just kind of cool to see the both of them have a wee moment of the two of them together going like, "Aye, shut up, you."
Can I just
Kinda
point?
cool,
Can I
kinda
just
nice.
point out that whether I want McGregor to win as much as I do, which obviously by my comments I do want him to win, I am
choking from him.
choking
So
for him
am I.
winning.
That big,
But-
that
but
big Irish thing.
My main point is that Mayweather, who's 49-0, has the respect for somebody who isn't even in his sport. Somebody that isn't even in his sport, he has the respect to put himself, his 49-0 career on the line
Takes
for
a lot of
somebody.
balls. Takes a lot of balls.
100%.
For that amount of money, though.
100%.
But it's also
He needs the money.
It's also got the fucking
Tax.
point of
Apparently, it's maybe 25 million. He's made 350.
No.
Pish.
what I was going to say is as I was,
Well more than that.
I meant to say earlier on, what I seen on Facebook was apparently Mayweather was getting 750 million. Let me put it out there again, 750 million for this fight. Whereas McGregor's only getting what 60. Apparently.
I just want to take a pause and say that we have drank between 3 people, not Larry.
Edge for life.
75cl of Jack Daniels, and Larry has just brought us
He's just brandished
Sauvignon Blanc.
a Sauvignon Blanc for the
from-
boys.
Is this Australian? Oh, bloody Australian. So any of you
Talking about
Australian
Man,
fans out
What do you
there,
think about this whole sort of white people should use memes with black people in them thing?
Aye.
Have you seen that?
SJW to the max.
It's
That
stupid,
fucking
isn't
it burns my toast, man. I'm
Burns
telling
my
you.
toast.
Just do it.
Ah, yes.
it? I'm stealing that.
That's a good one, that's good.
SJW's burn my toast, man. She fucking wee Davey.
They're always at it, burn your toes.
They're always out to burn your toast, but fucking wee Davey, like, oh man, I stand with Black Lives Matter. No bother, Davey. Back to your paper on the park, kid, pal. You know what I mean? Like, this is probably going to get me in a lot of trouble, but in my own fucking opinion, you need to take every sort of belief with a grain of salt. Like fucking,
no,
crazy
you
Christians. Crazy Christians need to fucking back the fuck up. Fucking ISIS, they need to back the fuck up. Fucking SJWs need to back the fuck up. Fucking anti-fascists need to back the fuck up. Nazis need to back the fuck up. And fucking Antifa need to back the
How
fuck
small
up.
a percentage are these people though?
Oh,
You get
100%.
A teeny percent of.
But it's
A teeny percent are anti-fascist. That Charlottesville thing.
But again-
Don't get me wrong, an absolute disgrace, right?
Absolutely.
But you've got a small percentage of people that were in Antifa who are getting a lot of grief, and then you've got a bunch of Nazis who will always get grief.
But again,
See
the
this whole-
social media.
Let's
Social
walk about.
media.
Gladly
let's walk
so.
about.
I mean,
I've seen a lot of stuff in social media. It's like, yeah, man, if you see a Nazi, punch a Nazi. Well, I'm sorry. Maybe in
bullshit.
100 years or like 100 years before, you'd have been the one getting punched
Aye.
for saying they were wrong.
Right,
so
Joe-
to punch somebody with a fringe idea is a really daft idea.
That's it. Punch a Nazi so you can get punched back.
Beat them in an argument. Beat them in an argument.
use
Not
your
in-
mind.
The whole point of freedom of speech is you're allowed to get your own view, right? And you're going to get groups that will have their view. And guess what? You'll disagree 100%. You'll violently disagree. But to get violent after that is a different story.
I think
Let them
that-
have their opinion and then argue with them till you can maybe both find a bit of ground and get a point each. And if you don't, then somebody's going to win or lose. But see if you just go like that at the end of an argument after somebody's told you facts and then you go, well, no, I still believe that, then that's their problem, not yours.
Nobody's allowed an opinion because of political correctness these days.
I think that people should be allowed to have their own opinion, whether they're fucking Nazis or whether they're the KKK or whether they're white supremacists.
Well, they
Like,
want to be
right,
Greenpeace and not do anything
and
and not burn
right,
any fuel.
and I
They've all
agree.
got a right.
Aye, and I think people have the right to have. This is mental how this is just ski
Just a
whiffed
dive.
into
Went
the-
in a weird
Podcast, mate,
direction.
the whole point.
But I agree that I think that people should have their own opinion until it stops
Until it
somebody else from having their opinion.
That's what a hate crime should be. You're either inciting violence or telling people to incite violence on somebody.
100%.
Saying something that you don't disagree with, no matter how disgusting it is not a hate crime. It is them viewing their opinion. When it becomes
Completely.
something like, right, we're Nazis, so if you're... Sorry, I just get take off a tangent. But MD should be allowed to have the opinion they want to have.
But that's-
And I think
And
that
for having that opinion, you should allow the discourse to be able for somebody else to say, I don't agree with
But
that.
that's the whole
It's the whole fucking point.
until it
That's
oppresses somebody else, then I don't think that people should be. I think that people should be allowed to say what they think. I just don't think that they should oppress other people by saying
And
what
man,
they
Here's
think.
what
hold on.
If a guy who has never done anything paedophilic, right? He's never even been close to doing it, but in his head thinks it would be a good idea. That guy is wrong to me, and I think it's disgusting.
No, but the thing is, right?
But he has the right for his brain to think that. Until it crosses the line where he does it, and it's against the law of the country, wherever you. That's a really bold fucking analogy, but do you know what I'm trying to say?
I know what you're trying to say.
He's all for doing that, and you should argue with him until he's wrong. Until he knows he's wrong, and if he doesn't know he's wrong, that's opinion, live and let live until he does something criminal, and then when it's criminal, then you can call it a hate crime.
Yeah, I agree with you, but at the same time, like, my view is, like, you're not allowed to have an opinion, or some people aren't allowed to have an opinion if it offends somebody else's opinion. Like, I am not allowed to have an opinion if it offends you. Yep. Fuck off. I don't give a fuck if my opinion. See if my opinion offends you, don't fucking speak to me.
And that comes down to freedom of speech.
Or argue with me till we get to some sort of...
Like, and that comes with to freedom of speech. You should be allowed to say what you can say. So
Larry's sober, just for the record. Looking at us.
Some people might, or people that are maybe not gay, but the people that are transgender, that say that they want to be called a certain thing. I understand why they want to do so. I just don't think,
force me to fucking go.
Exactly. I don't think that I have to say that, even if it's in ignorance or not ignorance. Comparing that I should have to say something because you say that I should say it.
Comparing it to the Second World War is ridiculous, and it's offensive to Jewish folk and whoever was oppressed during that time. But there's a lot of them going, yeah, it's the same sort of thing. It's our struggle's the same as World War II. See, if you want to do whatever you want to do what you want to do. But see, as soon as it legally becomes a thing where if I don't say this, I could get a fine, which means, you're not getting jail time. What happens if you don't pay the fine? If you don't pay the fine, jail. You're going to get a jail. So eventually you're going to get the jail for not calling somebody whatever they want to get called. That is just silly. No. That's silly. Why is it? It should be on their turf. If you want to act like that, that's fine. You're going to have to deal with people who don't agree with you. We're all moshers. We've all liked metal. Did you ever get shit for being a mosher?
Absolutely, yes.
Absolutely, right?
No.
Could you understand where they were coming from because they weren't into it?
Aye.
Of course,
yes,
totally. Yeah.
So you can say, right, I get bullied and it was a lot of shite, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, they've got a right to think you're a fanny.
I never get bullied because I get scared.
If they like Tiesto, fucking fair enough.
But I can.
You could argue it in a way that you could go like, well, you like all that digital stuff. I like guys that play instruments and it's a bit of passion, blah, blah, blah.
I can tell you exactly why people, or at least in my opinion, I can tell you why people don't, or why they try to force you to do it.
You started this, Rushy.
I can tell you why people fucking want you to do whatever. Like, they want you to call them whatever. It's because they don't understand, or if they slag you for saying you like metalcore, or you like this, or you like that, it's because they don't understand what you like. So, see if somebody is a white supremacist, and I know this is the most extreme that I can get to, but see if that person's family was fucking shot or killed by a gang because they were in a certain area. Of course they fucking are gonna be allowed to have the opinion that it wasn't their fault, it wasn't their race's fault, it wasn't their this, and their mindset will be set to that. So if they're set to that, then the best way to fix what is wrong with them in society's eyes, what's wrong with them is that they believe that it should be the whites at the top, and if they believe that, then they should be allowed to believe that for whatever they... We're going
to come back to this. Right, Dad, this is Hammer Time topics. This is going to be a thing now. You're on right now. What's your topic? It's cyberbullying.
Oh, okay. Wow, deep.
Okay, interesting.
Right. Why cyberbullying? Why are you thinking on that?
To be honest, I'm a bully, and I can't find anybody to bully people except on the net.
I can't find anybody.
I used to bully kids in the school playground, and then bully people at work, and then bully people in the pub. And that all faded away because it wasn't very topical with it. But now you can bully people online. It's great.
See if you leave in the house.
So, when was the last instance where you were bullied online? Or you were bullied or whatever? Where do you take
Hammer,
this
a
from?
bully victim, come on.
Well, I'm just, what I do is just randomly pick up, look at people on Facebook and he's bullying them. I don't even know them. So they don't know me, they don't know.
This is
they
getting really
know them
shades of
actually a bully.
Super Scoreboard right now.
So you right, so there,
It's quite a good thing because then, you know, the people don't know who you are, but you're bullying them and you go to your bed, get a real good night's kip. Go, that's a good way to a bullying, and the nobody knows up.
Jesus Christ.
Robert, you bully your son online all the time.
no, he doesn't.
And the other topic was about Rule 13 in Alexander Park across the road.
Right, what's that?
But when you get to Alexander Park, there's a set of rules.
Right, what does it say?
Well, Rule 13 is no adultery in the park, no committing adultery in the park.
Fuck
Okay.
off, that's not a
So you
thing.
can't cheat on your wife in the park.
That's Rule
you can't shag
13.
your son.
Two seconds, boys. Where are these Alexandra Park rules? Where are they?
On the right-hand side as you walk in the park, there's a certain park rules.
Right.
Number 13
How
is
do
do not
you live
commit
Is that-
adultery.
Is that a? Is it
I
like?
saw two dogs shagging there. So how did they not get put out?
Is that like tongue in cheek, or is it like actual rules that shouldn't be in Alexandra Park?
It's an actual rule in the park. Rule 13, no committing adultery in the park is allowed. So
You-
I saw two dogs shagging and they never put them out.
So you can shag your bird in there, but you can't shag somebody else's bird in there.
You can't shag your side bitch.
But you actually can't shag anybody. That's what it's meant. You know,
What
it's
the fuck
against
is
the
going
rules
on?
in the park.
That's
So,
tremendous.
these are the kind of wee things that I think about city shows, you know what I mean? Anyway,
We're going to have an episode where you're on just here the whole time.
Definitely, 100%.
No, really.
I'm going to be honest, Dad. I never thought you were going to come out with. Here's a
Cyber
thing.
in the park.
bullying.
Here's a thing that's irking me. The Alexandra Parade Park Rule 13, no adultery. But I'm so happy you did.
That's
I will look at it in the park.
Does it burn your
Would
toes?
Would you know? Here, I don't know about you boys. I'd rather have a day with an opinion like that than somebody
Definitely.
absolutely nothing.
Absolutely, yes.
But here's a big problem, you know what I mean? I also think that she's stop having sound in films, go back to silent movies.
Why?
What the fuck?
What do you mean, why?
Why?
Because I think, you know, you can get a wee band down the front and it's a bit more entertaining than some of the shit you listen to.
What did you think of Dunkirk then?
Who?
The Dunkirk film.
What?
The Dunkirk film.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The Dunkirk film. What did you think of it?
What film?
Dunkirk.
Oh, Dunkirk, I thought it was crap.
Why?
I thought that the special effects were fabulous on the shoot the plane scenes, the dog fight scenes were great, but the rest of it was boring. If you actually watch the Dunkirk, the black and white film with John Mills in it, it's 10 times more exciting, and you feel a lot happier at the end when it finishes.
Earlier on, we were talking about our parents seeing our bands or like getting people to come along to your gigs. What was the first time you saw the band being Nearer in? What did you think?
What band?
Search Party, when you seen us, what did you think of it? When you saw us playing,
Oh, down the Queen Street downstairs.
Aye.
what did you think?
I
Just
thought it was
know
good.
Did you really though?
Aye, seriously, I think it's quite good. I think anybody who takes out an instrument and goes and plays in a gig is better than the people who sit on the side and complain about music.
Good fucking shit.
Well
Well said,
Well
well
said.
said. Yes, well
And many
said.
people say, "Go, I don't like them." But see them, I'm not sure about them.
They fucked
Pick
fucked
up
that bit up.
Pick an instrument, try it then come back and complain.
Ah, well said.
Absolutely,
Well
yes.
said.
Absolutely, yes.
Aye, everybody likes a different genre of music, you know. No, but
totally.
you know, so, you know, and then if you like, you know, soul or northern soul, you go to northern soul nights. But you wouldn't criticise a northern soul band because you can't play it. You've got there, do it. Show me you can do it. Then criticise them.
Absolutely, yes.
Well
yes.
said.
I mean-
Well said.
You know what I mean? Nobody knows when you're on stage how much time you fit in the rehearsal room to actually get up there.
Yes.
You know,
100%.
And you spend hours and hours and hours, and you go on stage for half an hour, and they go, "Oh, that was all right, wasn't it?" They don't know the sweat you put in to get there.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So, and not that they should know. They shouldn't know anyway. But inside you go, "Well, I've worked really hard to do this." So a wee tiny bit of appreciation would be, accepted.
Completely.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, definitely.
Aye. So, I think the whole world should just have one big band. Everybody should get an instrument and just play it. You can play it randomly about 2 o'clock every day. Just play it, and just the whole world will be filled with music. You know?
That's beautiful.
Yes.
They spend that much time thinking what they're going to play that they bother fighting.
I can tell.
I can't fight today, so I'm going to play a trumpet at 2 o'clock.
I think that might be the most poignant moment we've had on
Definitely,
any
100%, yeah, definitely.
podcast.
Right, anyway, I'm going to let you go, guys, okay?
Right, cheers. 6
Bye,
minutes. This is going to be a week. This is going to be an
Listen, I
this
want
is-
you to go to the park and check Rule 13 tomorrow.
no chance.
Aye.
We'll go and check it anyway.
Do you know-
See that's right.
Do you know? No. Do you know any of the other rules?
No, I don't know. It's just one of the ones where you're a wee boy again and you go like, ha! Look at Rule 13, you know. Right, okay, good night, guys. Have a good podcast. Right?
Right.
Hero,
See you.
cheers,
Hammer.
Hammer.
Bye, Hammer.
Cheers.
The hammer there.
Smashing.
Hammer.
Hopefully that's going to be a week, every episode thing where we phone the Hammer, my dad, and get his opinion on just whatever the fuck he's thinking about.
But
Right.
superbly poignant. Just before we go any further, my point before the Hammer came on, I say the Hammer, Robert, before he came on, the reason that my
Has he
opinion...
been on with one before? Because he's convinced
Aye.
he hasn't.
he's
I'm
been
fucking
on...
sure
He's
been on with
on...
in the new.
No,
No,
not
yeah,
since
new
we've
one.
done it.
No.
I
new one,
think he said he was going to call back then he never bought his bum, so...
But
I was
my
convinced he did as well.
point
There's
about...
your proof, Dad. They're saying no. You were right.
My point about changing people's opinions, and I know that we've had 6 minutes of something else, but my point of changing people's opinions was all comes from, and I probably wouldn't have said this until I'd listened to it, but Joe Rogan with what's her name from the
Anyway.
Westboro Baptist Church.
that's
So
that's
the
actually
daughter
perfect.
who's left, she's left. Anybody that knows what the Westboro Baptist Church is will know what I'm
Cycles.
talking about. If you
God
haven't,
hates fags and all that.
if you don't know what it is, go and watch the 2 Louis Theroux documentaries on it.
Ones, yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
But,
listen
and
to
you'll
that album.
see this girl
Talk about it
in it. You'll see this girl in it, and she's on Joe Rogan's podcast, and she talks about how somebody on the internet changed her opinion. And bearing in mind this girl, who was a girl during all of these
Are you sure?
well, she looked like a girl.
She's a hottie. She is actually a hottie, but she's
Wow.
got a massive
Is
forehead.
she banging?
Well,
Apparently in the comments of that podcast, there was just folk going like, she's alright, isn't she?
Oh, surely, man.
Sorry, Neil.
7
Anyway.
out of 10 would bang again.
my point is that she was out
Stealing
there.
that and all.
She was out there protesting like soldiers' weddings or
Soldiers'
Jewish
funerals.
people. Soldiers' funerals, but after listening to somebody on the internet and reading up on it and understanding what she was saying compared to what they were saying, she's now left that because she understood what that person was trying to explain to them. And after being explained to her, the holes in her argument, she changed her opinion. And I think that people are allowed their opinions, but the way to tackle people who have got extreme opinions, whether it's ISIS, whether it's Christian opinions, whether it's Jewish, whether it's whatever, people,
Nazis, blah blah blah.
whatever,
Whatever, man.
people
Facts.
need to not fight that with violence. They need to fight that with
Knowledge,
showing, giving them why they're wrong.
Violence is a place with something like that. When it comes to they are affecting and they are trying to take over your shit, that's when you should.
100%.
When there is no other option,
Yep.
you should go that way.
When they oppress somebody else, then we should step in. World War II, it was about the fact that the Nazis oppressed other people. They oppressed people. They oppressed Jewish people. They oppressed people of colour. They oppressed Polish people. They oppressed everybody. And we, as a country, stood in. We stood in as a country, as did America eventually, and we stood in because they oppressed somebody else's way of life. If somebody with an opinion is not oppressing somebody else's life, then go to them with knowledge, not violence.
Absolutely.
Only violence breeds violence.
Who was the best at violence, but?
Me.
The Joker. Tell us about this film, so I've got no clue.
All right. So moving on swiftly from a really serious topic to a not so serious topic.
Great segue.
Segue points, 10 segue points.
Anybody that follows Batman, and I'm sure there will be a fair few people that have followed Batman at some point, even if you've just watched The Dark Knight or you've watched Adam West, you'll know of the Joker.
Badman. You need to.
What is this Joker film? Tell us about it.
So they're going to do a standalone Batman film, and apparently in the standalone Batman film, it is not going to be Jared Leto as the Joker, which everybody thought, which I think is a travesty, because I thought Jared Leto was good. But they're also going to do a standalone Joker film. They're also going to do a standalone Joker film, which Martin Scorsese is going to produce, not direct. Produce, and they are going to have somebody else as the Joker. It's not going to be Jared Leto. I would quite like to hear, well, firstly, who you think the best Joker was, and secondly, who you would think would be the next Joker.
Who's your favourite Joker?
Neil first. I would say that I'm a fan of the comics, so to me, the best Joker is a knock-up. Well, no, not a knock-up. I think Jared Leto. No, I think Jared Leto was the best.
Nah,
I thought that Jared Leto was amazing.
I'll pull that back.
Are you serious?
I thought Jared Leto. You watch the extended version of Suicide Squad, and you'll see, in my opinion, not everybody's, but my opinion, you will see what the Joker should have been, or is. I think that Heath Ledger's Joker is amazing, but Heath Ledger's Joker is...
Joker?
No, Heath Ledger's Joker is Christopher Nolan's version of that. The same way that Bane was Christopher Nolan's version, the same way that the Scarecrow was. Larry.
It's Mark Hamill. Fuck Jared Leto.
Why?
Because he is... When I was a kid, I watched the Batman TV show with Cesar Romero. All the makeup over his fucking tash.
The Dark Batman.
Then I watched...
No, you're talking about... You said
I watched the 60s when I was a kid.
Jesus.
Then when in the
He
90s...
didn't even bother to shave his tash.
There's just white makeup on his tash. You can
other
see
jobs,
clearly.
he's
Like,
Fuck this.
not until someone says you, look, he's got a tash, still got a tash there, but... Then the night when I was in the early 80s, when the reruns of that, when I was a kid, was watching Batman and Cesar Romero was the Joker. Then Batman came, the animated series came out, and Mark Hamill was the best Joker because still the best.
He was good. Have you played the games
Mark
as well?
The games as well,
were
and
so
Arkham
good.
Asylum, Arkham City.
He was amazing in the games as well.
Amazing. So he's in the Dark Knight. Is it Dark Knight Rises as well?
Yeah.
They were the ones that were in that as well. So he was always my Joker because as much as I do like Heath Ledger, as much as I do like Jack Nicholson, I think Mark
It's going to be Big Jack, man.
Right, but Mark Hamill was throughout the whole years of obviously being brought up as Luke Skywalker to go and see Mark Hamill, knowing my love for him, then for him to come into being in the Joker and Batman.
Hold on a minute.
Who was Buttons?
Right. You get a chance here.
Yeah.
Right, sorry, still going.
No, but
Who's your favourite Joker?
Larry was just said he was just brought up as Luke Skywalker, and I want to address that issue.
I wasn't brought up as Luke Skywalker. I was brought up with Luke
Oh,
Skywalker.
right. I thought you said
In
you
my
were
life,
brought up
you know.
as Luke Skywalker. I was
Oh,
like,
you
hold
were.
on
That
a fucking
was
minute.
He is a dab hand with a sword.
Have you not seen
pork sauce?
look, just
Sorry.
any spoilers for Star Wars that's coming out in December?
Don't care.
Larry's playing
Don't care.
Luke Skywalker.
Yeah,
See-
Mark
see if
Hamill's out. I'm in.
Mark Hamill's a fud, right?
Chris,
Larry for
Chris
president.
Buttons, who's your favourite Joker?
Jack Nicholson's got to be.
Why?
Just because it's Jack Nicholson.
Yes, 100%. Just because it's Jack
Like,
Nicholson.
Do you need,
I'll take that.
Do you need
You're
any other
fist bumping
explanation?
while we're doing this.
Do you need any other explanation other than it's fucking Jack Nicholson?
Fucking Jack Nicholson is one of the best actors of our generation, or of a previous generation.
Previous generation, man.
Come on to fuck, man. The Heath Ledger Joker.
Mate,
Yeah,
Heath
that's
Ledger,
my-
right? I love.
If you let
I
you
love-
have your bit. and
I
then
love
you
Heath
know
Ledger,
that.
right? I thought Heath Ledger done a fucking outstanding job.
And Brokeback Mountain.
You want to take your gay shit?
I
That's
know,
on
Jimmy.
you.
You're,
Right,
You're the one
you're
talking about how
only
much
one
of a
that
job
loves.
he's done that.
No, he done a cracking job, but it was it wasn't Jack Nicholson.
Come on to fuck, man.
Would you?
Well, who gave a fuck about how many people do you know give a... Even the old ones were like, yeah,
Who
it's still a
cares?
Batman movie.
Who cares?
okay.
Who cares?
But
They
my
managed
point.
to capture the whole world with a fucking movie where he made out... Where Heath Ledger was the Joker, and he did it so tremendously well. The bit he burns the cash
That's the
because he
magic.
does not give a fuck.
The magic of
Can I-
opinion,
The
Jimmy.
bit where he robs the bank, and then instead of blowing the guy up, he doesn't. It's a wee smoke grenade. Fucking stunning.
Can I-
Joker 101
Yeah, but
played everybody and done what he needed to do.
can I
Any
just
day,
say
And
that
the whole
it's
point,
in
the
a-
whole reason he existed was because of Batman. And the Heath Ledger Batman's the only one to go that far deep into that theory.
To be
Get
fair,
it fucking up, that's my opinion.
he's
Can
not
I
Jim
just-
No,
Carrey.
no, I disagree because Mark Hamill.
Oh, fucking Mark
He
Hamill.
had,
and-
he,
and-
they had
and-
series and series to do that, not at first. When you've got a fucking movie that's 2 hours long,
But of course,
He
they're going to do
managed
that.
to-
They have to
the end of the day,
cram it in. They have to cram all that
he managed to
into
make
it.
people that have not got a clue about the Batman or the Joker relate it to the only reason he's existing is because of Batman.
Can I just say though?
He's
that
the only one that's
every-
done it for folk that don't watch.
Because that's
fucking-
a
don't
killing
read
joke.
comics.
That's a killing
I
joke.
totally.
But
I,
Mark Hamill, I said that in the TV.
I,
in the
can
film.
I just say?
But he wasn't in the comic, so
And
because it was in written word.
Right,
That-
but he still.
Heath Ledger is the only one to put that down in that amount of time and make it that important. The
Can
only
I?
reason
Can
he's-
I?
And he's
Pause
still
you there.
and he never
Pause you there.
and his Joker never had an origin story.
Right. Okay.
Nobody
And,
used, in that movie he gave three reasons why he was the Joker, and every one of them was probably just made up.
And
Okay,
it's-
but can I-
Nobody knows
can I
where the
just-
Heath Ledger
Can
came
I just?
from.
And
Can I
it's
just
got
pause you? I think
Pause
I
that.
agree. I completely agree
Fuck
that
the Oscar
Heath
winner.
Ledger was great. I think he was great. He wasn't Oscar worthy,
Of
but
course,
it
of
was
course.
great.
Oh come on!
He only got an Oscar
I
because
disagree
he's
with that.
dead. Right.
There isn't
he
a-
is.
There isn't a
Fucking
post.
100%. Fuck.
There isn't.
You
There's
guys.
no
Step away
segue
from the
that,
edge.
You
man.
think
There isn't a
think that-
posthumous award. There isn't a posthumous award. He got an award for that.
Can you
'Cause
can
he's
you
good.
100% say to yourself that in the year that he was against, and Larry, look up who's against in that pot,
And best.
that he would have got best
does that
actor if he
mean?
wasn't dead. Anyway, that wasn't going to be my point. My point was going to be that Christopher Nolan
Champion.
in every film that he makes, he has this grip over all the characters. You watch every film, and it feels like a Christopher Nolan film. And
Nolan's the reason.
No, that's
Heath
not what I
Ledger's the
said.
Joker.
That's not what I said. What I said, he built the environment in which you will make 3 Batman films, and I'll to this day will hold by the fact that The Dark Knight Rises is the better of the 3. But
Yeah, I've always had that opinion.
yep. So
But it-
I will say
it is wrong.
it's not wrong. I will say
I wouldn't
that
say you're wrong,
in
Neil.
that
Dark Knight for
Heath Ledger is amazing at what he did as the Joker. I'm glad that we got to see that on screen, but that is not, in my opinion, and there'll be 100,000 people that will have the opposite opinion or more than that. That
Probably about 57 views on average, bastards, because none of you share shit.
the
Being a bitch.
the real fucking reason that I think that he isn't the best is because as much as it was a film about Batman, that film, The Dark Knight, was more about the Joker. And the only way you get to a point where the main character isn't the main character is if the director, producer, writer, the people around it say, this is about you. You need to do this. And I'm not saying that in any way Heath Ledger had any kind of, was down on anything that happened within that film. He didn't detract from it, because I think that the reason that The Dark Knight Rises is better is because of the writing of the film and the structure of the film. But I think that he, as the Joker, was not the reason for watching that. Take that back. The reason for watching The Dark Knight is because he's the Joker. I just don't think that he was the Joker. I think he was Christopher Nolan's Joker, if that makes sense. I think that Jared Leto was given the opportunity to be the Joker, and if you watch at least the extended cut where all of the bits
he developed
were in
the
it,
character.
he made it the Joker from reading the comics and the Joker from being just the Joker.
Here's an offhand topic, Larry. You're straight edge.
Yes.
Can you tell if 3 years are pushed?
Fucking absolutely. I can tell Buns is
what?
definitely fucked.
Right,
I'm
why?
not pushed, am I?
Why?
There's 3 levels. There's the three fucking wise monkeys in front of me. Like,
Who's what?
You ball racist.
whoa,
Deep.
Whoa, deep.
He is a racist.
Yeah,
He's not.
I'm a
it's
racist.
straight edge different. Racist.
What's the telltale signs of you're straight edge? There's sitting with 3 guys with a few drinks. What's the telltale signs when you're sitting with folk that are mad with it? I'd like to hear this. I've never heard it. What would you say? What gives?
I wouldn't say you're all fucked. I know you're drunk.
But in general, when you're
Because
sitting with folk that's
probably
fucked,
because I've
how
seen
do
them
you
when you're
know?
drank.
How do you know as a straight edger that folk are gassed? What does your nutting about them being gassed, and what is?
I don't. You know me well. I've been friends with you for what, maybe like
Years?
Too long.
fucking nearly 20 years or something.
Can I just pause you there? Larry's one of the only straight edge people where you could go on a night out and Larry'd still be there to the end
That's
with
right.
no bullshit,
But-
no fucking
I've
what
been
are
in-
you
I've
doing
been in-
bullshit.
What's the telltale signs? Like when I see somebody stoned, I see their eyes going a bit.
You
What's
can
your
get the kind of
telltales
like
of
they
folk
kind of
that are
just. With certain people, it's different. Some people become real loud, but like my granddad would become boorishly loud. My other granddad, or my grand's partner, he would become really quiet and very affectionate. He'd be like, you just lean in and go,
I fucking love you.
listen, do you know that I would take a bullet for you? And I go, I'm like, yeah, and he would just go, he'll touch you in a kind of way that he'll hold your hand as if you're like, he'll go, listen,
Yes, you're
I just
dying.
want you to know that. I see if somebody had a
Do we
gun.
do that thing? See what you just done there? Do we do that? Where we
No,
we go,
you.
I'll tell you this, and then they'll
I'll
stare
tell you
at
this,
for
boy.
ages and then tell you because they're
Aye.
trying to think of it.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
but-
yeah.
well,
But listen,
but
But
here,
what
here,
Larry's
here.
what
I'll
Larry's
tell you
just said, is every individual's got
Their tails.
a tail.
Poker.
So you're sitting in front of 3 people
would
who have
say-
all had drinks.
I'd say we interrupt
and just
each other
before-
when we're drunk.
Just
Yeah,
just
that's
before-
probably-
of
yeah,
course
yeah,
you
yeah.
are.
That's 100% what's
Just
happening.
before we go any further, we had the.
It was very civil before me.
we had the. We
we'll all
had the
take
bottle of-
turns.
Aye, we had the bottle of Jack Daniels first,
That's
and then we had a sweet
Sweet
New
tits up.
Zealand Sauvignon Blanc. It had a very, it
Crispy.
was a very crisp, but it was very fruity bouquet. But now that we've had
A
this,
fruity bouquet.
yes, indeed,
That doesn't mean anything.
Checked her
it
bastard.
does. Wait until the wine experts of our podcast comment on this. They'll know what I'm
The
talking about.
whinies.
The whinies. Anyway, my point was going to be,
Right.
if you had to pick out why you knew each of us were drunk. So Chrissy, Jimmy, I forgot his name for a second. Myself.
How can you
How
tell?
can you
and
forget?
myself.
I'll put
How
it
can
easier
you-
for you. How can you tell I'm pissed?
That's what
I can
I'm
tell
saying.
you're pissed because you get louder and you get more
Animated.
animated. Yeah, you get more
Assertive.
kind of excitable. I know Buttons is drunk because he's kind of going kind of a bit slurry and kind of like, aye, you know what I mean? Aye.
Says fuck the world all the time.
Fuck the world and
SJW's burn my toast.
burn my toast. Complains about his toast getting
And
burned.
me?
Anyway. I don't know, man. I don't know.
You
Your
try to
thing. I'm
record
still
the
trying to work it out. Like,
You tried to record the Rantcast years ago when we were pissed. It was me, my mate Gib, Nick,
Me.
and and we deleted it. And
I think it's
to this
a
day, I'm
disaster.
sure it was absolute gold.
It
probably
wasn't
would have
gold.
been. It probably would have been amazing. fucking
I
man.
listened
conspiracy
to-
about it as well, where they were like, "No, we're going to delete that and all that."
No, we didn't.
I've been in podcasts where somebody said the wrong thing. You're like, right, delete that, burn that. It was honestly like, destroy your laptop, throw it in a
Fucking
fucking
burn
bin.
it.
Just
Yeah, petrol it.
That's the Rantcast, but it end goes right. Are we about time to shut it down?
Aye, I want to talk about fucking recent
James
albums.
Oh, recent album.
James Con's
Here we go.
James Con's probably the reason I'm here, but I want to talk about fucking tunes. Because
Why was the Wage War album so good?
Aye,
And tell us a bit about
The
Wage
new-
War and what they do.
well, Wage War are a band from Florida, man. I just give you later, you mongo. Wage War, right, they're from Florida, and they're one of my favourite bands in this moment, man. And just released their new album 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, or something like that. And it's a fucking, don't get me wrong, man, it's a banging album, man. But it just does not have the same intensity as the first album, Blueprints, did. Like, with the fear of sounding like a brogue-wearing, soapless fucking idiot.
No, we know where
Like, honestly, if you've no listened to Wage War, I highly recommend them, man. Like,
I just
especially Blueprints. Blueprints is so intense and it's so
Okay, so we're
fucking
in-
banging.
so for somebody doesn't
Larry had renounced.
pronounce what I actually looked at. It's actually an album from last year, but it's been one that's been listened to a
So
lot.
what you're
gonna
saying
say-
in that album that you heard, that renounced album,
Yeah,
stunning. Sounds like
So
it's
I was-
amazing. It's
it
just
sounds like
early
good-
metalcore, just
Sound-
fucking
aye, good
So I
old
was-
metalcore.
Nicholas.
what I was gonna say was
spoken word bits and
What I was going to say was
Discogs.
we're in 2017 and you can't tell what 2017's best album's going to be.
yeah, but the
But
ones
let's
I've been
do
liking.
let's
Talk
do
about personal,
26. Aye, but
Let's do one
2016
album you
man.
think is really good right now.
2016 was last year, so tell us what your favourite album of last year was.
Last
and
year
then
was Wage War Blueprints because it was fucking intense and it was amazing.
Well, I'm going to say probably renounced, but just now my favourite album of this year is
2016, we're talking here.
that'll be a renounced album. Then I would say
Renounced
renounced
for
album would be
2016.
amazing.
What do you think, Neil?
Beyond a shadow of a doubt, and anybody that thinks that this is bullshit is bullshit. Architects. All our gods have abandoned us. It's the
Crank.
best metalcore album ever to come out of the UK.
Ever's
and
a
possibly ever to come out of full stop the world.
That's bold.
My
Well, that's
favourite
a
Tell
bold
me
statement.
one. Tell
my
me
favourite
one.
album.
Of
my
Malice and the
favourite
Magnum
album
Hearts.
Blueprints.
Sir,
We're just talking over each other again. My favourite album last year was a rapper called Logic.
logical.
And I've
Yeah,
not let loads of folk hear the few tunes. But it was just a great album by a hip hop artist who's half black, half white. He talks about it in half his songs, to be fair.
Have you seen?
And it is getting a bit annoying.
Have you
But
seen
he's a great.
freestyle Well doing the Rubik's Cube?
No, but
That's insane.
I saw him and Joey Badass do a wee freestyle.
Mate, honestly, there's a video on YouTube and he's sitting and he's on like a radio show or some shit, and like, they were just going to play a beat, freestyle over it while doing this Rubik's Cube. He just sits there and freestyles and completes the Rubik's Cube before he's even finished his fucking rhyme. Logic is insane.
Logic was
Aye,
just
it
on
might
Rick
be.
and Morty actually.
That's
Was
right.
it?
Aye,
Rick
he
and
was
Morty,
on
then
Rick
Rick and Morty, yeah.
My,
Pickle Rick!
my Caucasian nigga.
I think that beyond a shadow of a doubt, Architects was the best album of last year.
Why?
Full stop. Because it was, well, but obviously for the reasons that everybody, or a lot of people
It's not
know.
obvious to a lot of people. Why? Because the guy who
because-
wrote it was.
Passed away.
And he passed away, the guitarist from that band, who apparently wrote pretty much everything for that band. But it's not only that, it is when you heard the first song off it, when you heard the second song off it, haven't picked up Radio 1 Rock Show in years before that. But I did tune into it to find out what their
Their opinion.
album was coming out, when their album was coming out. So, Architects All our gods have abandoned us. If anybody's not seen them live, if anybody's not listened to that album and likes metalcore, then I 100% guarantee you will not be fucking disappointed.
On that note, I think this has been the longest one we've done in the new series.
Absolutely, yeah.
We're not very, like,
I'll
we're not
take
doing
it.
it every week. We're not doing it whatever. We're very uneducated what we talk about, but it's been a pleasure, and I love doing this. So thanks
Thanks to
to
Buttons.
Larry.
Thank you very much. and Thank you for having me.
That's Larry, mate.
This is the Larry here.
No direction. Neil,
Thank you very much again.
Buttons, good
Always.
to have you on.
Aye.
Cheers for
You
fucking
need to
having
come
us.
back. You
Probably
need to come back.
Yeah, I'll be here. I'll be here anytime you
A
say.
return.
The Rantcast, we know nothing about what we're talking about. Misinformation highway. Here we go. Love yous all.
Here we go.
Thanks for even attempting to listen, because we don't know what we're talking about, the same as yous, and it's just a lot of chat and a lot of bullshit. Love yous all. See you later.
Peace.
Bye.